Good morning, YouTube. Public Piper here. If you've been watching my channel, then you know what we do here on Saturdays. Saturdays are the day we go out and have ourselves a little adventure. Go out and smoke a couple pipes, a couple bowls, and just talk for a while. It's looking a little cold and rainy today, though. So we're going to go on a little road trip. I'm going to take you on a road trip to a town about an hour away from here, Winston-Salem. And hopefully it's 1 or 2 degrees warmer out there. And today I was thinking about taking opening night with me from Cornell Diehl. But let's talk about that for a second, because I think I'm going to change my mind. So I was going to take this new tin of opening night on this trip with us, but I decided not to. Didn't have a good experience with it last night, and I'm not feeling very confident about it today. So I'm going to take something else. Let's consult the map and see where we're going today. So we're going to take off from Raleigh, North Carolina, right here, and we're going to head over to Winston-Salem. It's about 60 miles away. Might do a pit stop in Greensboro. So I haven't been to either of these cities, so I don't know exactly where we're going to go, but that's part of the fun of it. So we better get to it, because these pipes aren't going to smoke themselves. Got to do a pit stop at the Kangaroo Express here. So the way that I find venues to go and shoot at or go and smoke at is I use Yelp, and they have a little button on there that a lot of people don't know about. It's the outdoor seating button. So if you click that and search for restaurants or cafes or bars, you automatically only get those places that have like a back patio or some type of outdoor seating. So I do a search like that, and then I call around a few places, especially when it's raining, to see who has an awning or umbrellas. So I found a place in Greensboro, which is the first stop right before we get to Winston-Salem. So we're going to go check that out first, and we'll go on from there. Alright, so I got into Greensboro, which is about 30 miles away from Winston-Salem. And I've heard a lot about this town, so I wanted to check it out. So I found a nice cafe here at an Irish place called McCool's. And once again, it's pretty cold outside, so I'm the only one sitting out here. And I got all set up, and I was looking for the tobacco to smoke. I went ahead and brought opening night with me, just in case I changed my mind. And I'm a softie, so I'm going to go ahead and smoke it anyway. So let's pack it up here. It's a little wet, both outside and the tin. And what I didn't like about it last night was it says Bright Virginias, and if this is what bright is, then sign me up for remedial math, because I don't think I'm going to be a bright guy. Just did not strike my fancy last night, and probably because it's just so much different from what I've been smoking. You know, it's I'm trying to think of a good analogy. But it definitely tasted young. You know, I don't know a lot about wine, but the one thing I can tell is, you know, a brand new or only a 1-year-old wine when I go to a wine tasting, and I can kind of taste that youngness of it. Maybe that's what bright means, is that it's a little tart. I'm not quite sure yet, but put a 3/4 bowl in there, so I'm going to give it a shot as I wait for my food to come out and tell you my impressions of it throughout the bowl. And there's that brightness coming back already. It's not harsh, it's not bitter, maybe a little tart. So I just had a good meal, and this is tasting a little bit better. Something about after you've covered your mouth in bovine juices that it almost makes every smoke taste a little bit better. It's still very young though, I can definitely feel that coming through. For you motorcycle guys out there, this is one of my favorite hats. I used to have a Buell Ulysses, and this was the only piece of swag that I got. So I was watching No Bad Piper's video from last week where he's showing off his collection of 7 or 8 pipes now, and every one of those is just absolutely beautiful. There is a manufacturer I never heard of, and I can't think of it right now, but most of his collection is from that company. It's Italian, but never had pipe envy so deeply than I did the day that I watched that video. There's one in there, his spigot is just gorgeous. I haven't bought a pipe in like 6 months, but I might get that one or something very similar. That was really nice. All right, just about down to the last quarter here, and it's mellowing out a little bit, but yeah, not too bad. More importantly, the sun has come out. It's gotten just a little bit warmer, and instead of going off to Winston-Salem, because it's just perfect right now, I think I'm going to go ahead and stay here. We're going to move about 50 feet up to that balcony up there. And when we get up there, we're going to smoke some Burley Flake number 3. So I brought a couple jars with me, but this is the one I'm really thinking about right now.
So you tell me, I should have room with another choice. I decided I'm doubles on.
Ah, that's better. Burley Flake number 3. That's what I was looking for. It's a little windy up here, but I think we can manage. And I love the 80s ballads they play up here. Air Supply, I think. At an Irish pub, you have to kind of get Irish beer, so we're going to mix this with a harp. Not the ideal combination, but it's a good sunny day beer. I cannot believe how this day has changed. It was so crappy in Raleigh, and it is just blue skies out here. Never had one of those wind protectors. I don't know if they actually work or not, but today'd be a good day to have one. I was asking the waitress inside this place, for understandable reasons, just as packed in the summer. So, although I'd rather be here in warmer weather, this is probably the only time I could probably do any type of real filming out here. This Burley Flake number 3 is just, I don't know, like I was saying in my box opening, it's just, I just like it, you know? It's never amazing, it never blows me away, it never actually makes my day. But although it doesn't really make my day, there are some days that feel like something's missing without it, so that's the kind of role that it plays in my rotation. So Texas Tobacco Time, or 3T as I call him, brought up a good point. He messaged me the other day, and he said it sounds like I probably like lighter cigars, more mild cigars, and I have to agree. I mean, I love, oh, what the hell is it called now? 5 Vegas Gold cigars are probably my favorite. Real mild, real light wrapper, and it started making me think about, I have completely 2 different tastes in pipes and cigars. I like dark, heavy, sledgehammer type of pipe tobaccos. And then I'm at the exact opposite end of the spectrum on cigars. I like the lightest wrapper out there. I don't know if that's unusual or not, but But it hasn't really changed. My taste in cigars has been, it's only been about a year or so, but I liked lighter cigars right from the beginning, and that's what I like now. Much like my adventures into pipe tobacco though, that probably will mature and evolve over time. You know, it's days like today, I'm just really glad I decided to take a road trip. I woke up, I looked at the sky, and was, to be honest with you, I wasn't in the mood to go out and make a video today, but sometimes a day will surprise you, and this is just absolutely beautiful. They really did something right when they made this blend. It is just, whereas Old Joe Krantz was hollow, but yet still strong, this is the exact opposite. It's full, it's thick. I wouldn't call it dense like some other blends, but it's definitely thick. There's nothing hollow about it. And it burns beautifully. Not just visually, but just as I'm smoking it too. It's just, the draw, it has nothing to do with the pipe. It draws well in all pipes, but it just, get about an equal amount of smoke through every draw, and just a real consistent smoke. Alright, so it got a little windy up there, but I finished my bowl of Burley Flick number 3, and I'm gonna check out one more place. If I like it, I'll film there. If not, might head back. Alright, so let's give this place a shot. It's the Porterhouse Bar and Grill. They said they have a nice patio, so we'll see. Alright, so this is a nice patio. And the really easy thing to do right now would be to have a little more number 3, but public piping is not about what's easy. It's about trying new things. So I'm going to give opening night another shot, and we'll see how it goes. Come on, opening night, talk to me. She's not talking to me yet. She's kind of playing hardball, just a little bit. Although this has no Perique in it, and Burley Flick number 3 doesn't have any either. In thinking about last weekend in Old Joe Krantz, or I guess it's been 2 weekends ago now, in order to understand what Perique is a little better, I started watching some YouTube videos on horseradish and hot peppers. And I saw this really cool video that described why horseradish gets in your nasal cavity, whereas a hot pepper just kind of makes your tongue scorch on fire. And what they said was, is the particles, the molecules in horseradish are much finer, much smaller, to where as soon as you swallow it, it actually starts evaporating and starts coming back up your nasal cavity. Whereas the capsaicin in a hot pepper just kind of stays low and stays on your tongue and just incinerates it. This one definitely stays low, although it is a little spicy. There is some hotness there, kind of like a hot sauce, along with that kind of youngness, immaturity that I was talking about. Alright, so just had my second bowl of opening night, and it definitely was better toward the end. It was actually kind of enjoyable, that last third of a bowl or so. So I'm going to keep it around, put some age on it, and revisit it in a couple weeks, and hopefully it'll get a little bit better. But the sun's starting to go down, and starting to get a little chillier, so we're going to call that the end of a Saturday adventure. Hope you had fun, and time to head back. Alright guys, so I just got back. Had a wonderful day. A lot of cool surprises that sometimes happen when you do a road trip, but just a great day. So I'll be back next Saturday for the next adventure. Whether it rains, whether it snows, doesn't matter. I'm going out there and can hopefully produce something you guys like, that you find entertaining. Once again, want to give a special thanks to my subscribers, and again, appreciate all your support. And until then, I'll see you next time. Thanks.